Pad up, cricket fans, as we embark on a time-traveling cricketing tour. Destination England, year 1932. It is India's official first test tour. And trust me, it's got more drama than any Bollywood blockbuster. The Indian team led by the Maharaja of Porbandar set sail for England. It was like Love Islands but with fewer love triangles and more cricketing gears.
Well, more than cricketing gears, it was a very tough task for the selectors to pick the team because they needed talent, they needed experience, and very importantly in those days, community representation.
Yeah, it was like assembling Avengers but with moustaches and cricket bats.
And I don't know about Avengers, etc., but let me tell you one thing. Maharaja Porbandar eventually stepped down, which was the right thing to do because I don't think he had a great cricketing legacy, and gave the mantle of captaincy to C.K. Naidu, who probably was the best person to captain India at that time. And what a lovely team he had. Just look at the side. You know, he had Navle, he had Naumal, he had the two most lethal fast bowlers of that generation in India, Mohammad Nisar and Amar Singh, and Lal Singh to boot. They had Jahangir Khan, they had a lot of other cricketers, the Ali brothers, Wazir Ali and Nazir Ali, and many other wonderfully talented cricketers, not just in the playing 11, but also in the 15.
And I believe it was June 1932 when they arrived in England and they were greeted by a weather colder than a fast bowler's stare. But our boys were hot property. The English media were on them as seagulls on the chip.
And notwithstanding the weather, before the test match, the Indian team went around England, crisscrossing from one county to another to play first-class matches to prepare themselves for the sterner test. It's just a one-test series. What happened during the drives was not partying, no picnic, no dancing, no singing. Hardcore strategy for the sternest test ahead, which is the Lord Test against probably the best team in the world at that time, England.
जून 25, 1932 ये वही दिन है जिस दिन इंडियन क्रिकेट टीम ने पहली बार लॉर्ड्स के मैदान पर कदम रखा फॉर देयर फर्स्ट एवर टेस्ट मैच. It's like your first day at a new school, and that new school is the home of cricket and everyone's watching. इंग्लैंड ने टॉस जीतकर पहले बल्लेबाजी का फैसला लिया था. Classic English move like drinking tea or apologizing unnecessarily. Sorry. और इंडिया के लिए गेंदबाजी ओपन की थी मोहम्मद निसार ने. और क्या कमाल की शुरुआत करी थी उन्होंने बिल्कुल वक्त जाया नहीं किया था दोनों इंग्लिश ओपनर्स को पवेलियन का रास्ता दिखाने में. इट्स लाइक गोइंग टू अ पार्टी अनइनवाइटेड एंड देन ओनिंग द डांस फ्लोर.
एंड बिलीव यू मी, जो लिखा गया वो स्पेल के बाद में दोनों ने, मोहम्मद निसार ने पहले दो ओपनर को आउट किया, पर्सी होम्स और हर्बर्ट स्लैक्टरफ्लो, और फ्रैंक वूली रन आउट हो गए. और उसके बाद जब वॉल्टर हैमंड को बॉल डाला अमर सिंह ने, वॉल्टर हैमंड ने कहा कि द बॉल केम ऑफ द पिच लाइक अ क्रैक ऑफ डूम. इट्स एन ऑल टाइम ग्रेट स्टेटमेंट. It was a fantastic show by the Indian bowlers, and they restricted England to 259. But you know what? Though the English were shaken earlier, they were not stirred. Les Ames, Captain Douglas Jardine, and Hammond scored the runs to take England to a comfortable total. But when India came to bat, though it looked like they would, try and get as close as possible to the English, total, that was not to be. But the only batsman who really stood out was the legendary superstar and captain C.K. Naidu, who scored 40 runs. Those 40 runs are not runs in the sense the number of runs scored, but the way that he scored the runs, the kind of confidence that he showed could only be exuded by the one and only C.K. Naidu. The way he walked out of the pitch, the way he played shots all across the field, and this is what we read in history. What a fantastic innings by the man. He actually had the English audiences and the critics, saying great things about his batting. India scored 189 in the first innings and also lost the test match by 158 runs.
England win by 158 runs.
That really was a show which, on paper it looks like a big defeat, but the kind of cricket that they played had everybody in England, everybody in England stood up and took notice. And the skill that the Indians showed, the kind of perseverance that they showed, really went a long way, in sort of, showing that, hey, we made our debut. We may have lost, but we haven't embarrassed ourselves.
बाकी के पूरे मैच में इंग्लैंड का बोलबाला रहा. उन्होंने इंडिया को 158 रन से जरूर हराया. But the scoreline doesn't tell the whole story. It's like saying Lagan was a cricket movie, technically true, but missing all the drama.
Well, very important part is that, having lost the game, They did not embarrass themselves, and also very critically the English press, which is usually extremely critical of teams which do not come up to their standards. They gave Indian a lot of kudos. They said they praised the fighting spirit of the team, they praised the resilience of the team, and of course the art shown by cricketers like C.K. Naidu, Mohammad Nisar, and Amar Singh and all these cricketers. And when India came back, when they sailed back from England to India, they left behind a legacy, very, very warm legacy, remembrances, memories of a team which fought really hard. And obviously, remember one thing, this is the first time that they were ever playing at the world stage, and that too at a stage like Lord's. It's never going to be easy. But what they really, really did is take that little seed, plant it into the ground, and the magnificent oak of cricket that we see today in India in 2024, with India being the #1 test team for many, many years, or even among the top 2-3, is thanks very much to the team of 32.
And that is why the next time you see Virat Kohli smashing centuries at Lord's or Jasprit Bumrah taking wickets for fun, remember the class of 32. Because they didn't just play cricket, they blazed a trail. And that, folks, is how you make a cricketing debut on the world stage.